Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Konig XG-12 Pro diamond pattern self-tensioning snow tire chains and how they fit on our 2021 Mazda CX-5. These are going to be on tire size 225, 65, 17. Make sure you check the fit guide at etrailer to get the best chains for your tire. Also, we have them on the front axle of our CX-5. Make sure you check the manual to make sure you're putting it on the right axle for your car. These chains are going to be useful if you live in an area that gets a decent amount of snow and ice, but you want chains that are easy to install and are going to last for a while. Firstly, talking about the shape, they are a diamond pattern, which means you get a lot of coverage on your tire. It's going to help you out a lot when you're turning, and you're not going to feel it as much when you're starting and stopping compared to a ladder pattern. The chains are square links, so they will get you a little bit more bite into that ice and snow, but they're still low profile and they still do meet Class S compatibility standards, so we don't have a ton of wheel well space here, and that makes them really easy to install, and you're not going to be damaging anything in there. Along the chains, you can see up here at the top and the middle, there are these traction plates built in, which are going to help you bust up some of that ice and snow that I mentioned. So coming down to the front of the chains now, you can see that we do have a different material in the inside of the chain. It's because these are powder coated, not only to protect your hands when you're installing these and it's cold, your fingers aren't going to stick to them, but also they'll protect your rims in the event that they make contact there. Right here you can see that we do have that self-tensioning mechanism that I've talked about. That's just going to keep your tires tensioned while you're driving. It's going to constantly pull on them and make those micro adjustments, so you don't have to pick up a rubber tensioner separately. The chains do come two to a set in this hard protective outer shell, which I actually really like these that Konig provides. They do a great job of keeping the chains compact and secure. There's this little hook and loop strap on the back, so if you have it on maybe your fabric interior somewhere, it's not going to slide around too much. And if we pop it open real quick just to check out the inside, you can see that it's the other set of chains, but there's also the instructions and some extra parts. So there's just these little pads that if you want to put in some of these connection points to protect the tread of your tire even more, you can do that. For the sake of the demonstration, I didn't want to put those on and take those off, but I wanted to let you know that that was an option for you if you wanted to do that. Overall, the installation of these chains is really easy. It's one of my favorite parts of the chains. So we always recommend that you try it out in your garage just beforehand to make sure you know what you're doing. And you can check out how we did it right now. First thing we like to do is to lay the chains out flat, spread them out. We just want to make sure that nothing is caught up or twisted or tangled, especially the self-tensioning cable and the hook tend to get stuck in and around things, so make sure that those are out. We also want to make sure we have this gap in the middle. That's where our tire is going to go. And we want to make sure that the chains are facing the right way. We do so by using these large hoops at the end of each set of links. We want to make sure that the flat side is facing up, facing us. We don't want these hooks making contact with the tread of the tire. Once we have everything centered and ready to go, we start. I just like to feed the side without the self-tensioning cable around the back side of our tire. Again, that cable just tends to get stuck up around the tire, so that's why I like to use this side. Once we make sure that we've spread everything out and we have it all around, we'll grab one of each side of the tire chains and we'll feed them up and around our tire to make our first connection. Here we will just fit the stud into this catch, just like that, and then we will spread the rest of the chains around the outside of our tire. This hook just got a little bit twisted, so it could definitely happen to you. Just keep an eye out for it. And we'll make our second connection here on the front. We'll just fit this loose red link into this red hook. Everything's color coordinated, so it's super easy to tell what goes where. Again, just adjust as we go. And then we come down to the bottom. Here's where we'll use that self-tensioning mechanism. So first we'll start just by feeding the cable through this catch down at the bottom. And then we'll pull back. You'll hear it ratcheting as we tighten it up. We'll get that as far as we can go, and then we'll pull this hook down to meet it. And that's it. Once you've got that self-tensioning cable all hooked up, you're ready to go. Just make sure you get the tire chains installed on your driver's side as well. We always recommend rolling forward and backwards just a few times to make sure that everything is secure and you're ready to hit the road. Overall, if you live in an area that gets a decent amount of moderate snow and light ice pretty frequently, you want chains that are easy to install and are going to tension themselves while you're driving. I think the Konig XG-12 Pro are honestly some of my favorite. They're really easy to install, and I think they're a good fit on our 2021 Mazda CX-5.